Amazon Firestick Review, a disappointing survival tool in the zombie apocalypse. Please subscribe for more product reviews and urban combat tips. Links in the description. Hey there, fellow shoppers. Today, I want to share my unfortunate experience with the Amazon Firestick. While many rave about its capabilities, I was determined to put this tool to the test. Spoiler alert, I was disappointed. Now, I'm no genius, but when civilization falls and the dead rise, fire is kind of a necessity, right? I purchased my Amazon Fire Stick thinking that this was the latest in fire starting technology based on the reviews. Boy, was I wrong. Armed with my supposedly trusty Amazon Fire Stick, I was recently required to venture into uncharted territories on a scavenging mission. Sadly, the Fire Stick didn't quite live up to my expectations. Last week, I was sadly out of food and forced to leave my mom's comfy basement. The idea was to make a quick journey over to the next town and see if I could scavenge some canned goods and book it back to mom's house before nightfall. I took my Fire Stick just in case there were some complications and I was forced to make this mission an overnighter. Spoiler alert, there were complications. I ran into a roving band of crazed redneck survivalists and the undead didn't seem to care at all that I had an Undead Lives Matter t-shirt on to demonstrate my support for their cause. I was chased out of town and into the woods by the hideous monsters, with questionable hygiene and a taste for human flesh, and also by zombies. I managed to lose them in the woods, but it soon got dark and I was forced to make camp. At some point it got chilly and a big warm fire seemed like a great idea for this impromptu camping trip. This is where I thought my Amazon Fire Stick would come in handy. First, I attempted the classic friction method. I rubbed the Fire Stick vigorously against different surfaces, hoping to generate some sparks. As a kid, I used to see it work in movies all the time, but let me tell you, reality is a different ballgame. After tirelessly rubbing the Fire Stick against everything I could find, including a rather confused rabbit, the only thing I achieved was a sore arm and a melted Fire Stick. Call me old-fashioned, but I figured the Fire Stick might just be an advanced version of rubbing two sticks together. Boy, was I wrong. No matter how vigorously or artistically I rubbed the Fire Stick against another stick, the only heat I generated was from my embarrassment. Eventually, I gave up for the night, curled up under a tree and settled for some uncomfortably cold rest. The next morning, I moved on to the next brilliant idea, using the Fire Stick as a magnifying glass. I remembered how sunlight focused through a magnifying glass could create fire, so why not give it a shot? I even managed to collect some dry leaves, patiently arranging them in the most sunlight-friendly position. But alas, the Fire Stick screen failed to produce the necessary intensity, and my dreams of a crackling fire quickly went up in smoke. Not one to give up easily, I turned to the Fire Stick's USB port. I figured that with some wiring ingenuity, I could potentially create a makeshift electric lighter using my flashlight battery. Oh, how wrong I was. After cutting cables and splicing wires, all I managed to achieve was a short circuit and another cold night courtesy of the useless Amazon Fire Stick. At this point, I was beginning to wonder if truth in advertising was ever a thing or was the universe just conspiring against me. As a last-ditch effort, I decided to channel my inner magical martial artist. Armed with the Fire Stick, I attempted to karate chop it against various surfaces, hoping to awaken some hidden fire-starting magic. As you can probably guess, that ended with a broken Fire Stick and a newfound respect for the durability of rocks. The only magic I encountered was the magically shattered Fire Stick and a pile of broken dreams. No fire, no s'mores, just shattered hopes. In conclusion, the Amazon Fire Stick is a poor choice during a zombie apocalypse. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. Thus, I must regretfully leave a negative review for the Fire Stick as a firestarter in dire circumstances. It simply failed to ignite the flames that would have brought me warmth, protection, and a semblance of hope. If you plan on keeping warm at night or roasting marshmallows while civilization crumbles, I suggest seeking alternative means. Stick to more traditional fire-starting methods like matches or lighters. 1 out of 5 stars. P.S. If anyone has any tips on how to fix a melted Fire Stick, please let me know. Asking for a friend. Please subscribe for more product reviews and urban combat tips. Link in the description.